somebody made a point that one of the keys of the Biden administration was building more EV stations. They promised to build millions of electric vehicle charger stations, and in 4 years they've only built 8. There's another statistic shows that while we spent billions of dollars to create internet access across the country in rural areas, there's nobody who's been connected to the internet as a result of the program. And even CNN, who would have to say is friendly to Democrats and to Kamala Harris, is saying that really all Kamala Harris's plan does is raise the price of housing by handing out money to everybody. It's like Monopoly. You hand out more money to everybody. Everybody has more money. The ones who buy right away get in and pocket the profit, and the rest of it. But even CNN says Kamala Harris's housing proposal just add $25,000 to the price of every home in America. Of course, that only happens if it's successful. Another, what would have been friendly, you would think, source of information, the Washington Post, basically says that when you put a college economist, maybe you don't propose price controls, it's hard to exaggerate how bad her price gouging proposal is. And at the end of the day, people will need to make money and be able to save money in order to buy more houses. So let's take a look at the particulars of her housing plan, point by point, because I think it's only fair to get down to the details and say, is this really going to help us or not? Is this a pattern we've seen before? So if you take a look at her actual plan, they promised to give up to $25,000 in down payment support for first-time buyers. Of course, we're not sure who that ends up being as a first-time buyer. You know, I think it's hard to read. Is that hard to read in your end? Let me try something real quick. Let me try making it bigger, see if that helps a little bit. Okay, they're going to give $25,000 in down payment support and then $10,000 tax credit. Well, where does that money come from? Either it comes from other taxpayers who now can't afford to buy a house because they're paying taxes, or it comes from deficits, which cause inflation, which raises interest rates, which makes it harder for everybody to buy a house. So you can see that giving money to people is really never a solution to getting more houses. The tax incentives for builders to build starter homes, and expansion of tax incentive for builders to build affordable housing. Well, that's all we're really building in Los Angeles, because by regulation, the city doesn't want anything but affordable housing being built. That's a different discussion. But again, you can see tax incentives. All that means is they're going to take money from maybe the buyers of the houses and give it to the builders, or they're going to deficit spend, which will raise rates for everybody, make it harder. Then we're going to have a new $40 billion innovation fund. So the government is going to take $40 billion of taxpayer money or new deficit spending, and they're going to invest it, if you can imagine, like they're Silicon Valley investors in an innovation fund to learn how to build more houses. $40 billion. Repurpose of federal land for affordable housing. Well, that makes sense, actually. If there's one thing that makes sense, is open up more land for building in California, in Riverside and San Bernardino County. A ban on algorithm-driven price-setting tools for landlords to set rents. So what they're going to say to landlords is you can't use certain computer programs that are effective in setting rents. You need to kind of wing it on your own so prices won't go up much. And then to remove tax breaks for investors who buy large numbers of single-family homes. So what they're going to do is, for people who want to live in a home but can't afford and buy it but want to rent, they're going to prevent that. They're going to stop big corporations. Now, I get the flip side is, you don't want the BlackRock's competing with first-time home buyers, but at the same time, now you're going to take BlackRock out from helping people even rent houses. So you have the government now, Kamala Harris to be particular, deciding who should buy, who should rent, who should build, who should invest into new technology. And if you believe her that she's capable of doing that, by all means support the plan. Personally, as you know, my contention in this series has been nonstop. The government will promise to do things, and if you're lucky, not do anything. Because everything they've sought to do has made things worse. Every government program in my career, starting in 1986, has only made housing less affordable, more expensive, and has separated the haves and have-nots. And so now we have those two options. And again, you can make decisions on former President Trump or Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, on whatever issues you want. But on the real estate plan, what we need to do is not fall for the trick of being promised something for free because somebody else is going to pay for it, because that somebody else is always us. What do you think? Like, don't like this, comment, love to hear your points. If I can help, please reach out at Bill Goes Probate on social media. BillGoesProbate.com is my website. As always, make today your best day ever. Thanks so much.